Hey, welcome everyone. So in this video we will discuss on an important topic, that is one should be an artist or a businessman. So basically becoming an artist or a businessman is totally a psychological game or a psychological decision, and it totally represents with the way you work, and by seeing someone you can easily differentiate if someone is an artist or a businessman. I have few points concluded here that what are the qualities and what are the features an artist has or a businessman has, and it is totally my personal opinion based on my experience, because I experienced both of the stages, and I can relate things. So starting with this main part, that main part because it is a need. So first point is earnings. So for an artist, the earnings are not always same. It's not like uh, he will be getting the same amount every month. It is sometimes very high and sometimes very low. It's not a stable earning for an artist. That is because there are certain things, because for an artist there are other important things rather than just focusing on earnings for the whole month. The other important things I will explain in the next steps. But for a businessman, you can say there is a constant amount of money that a businessman makes. So in here we are taking an example of someone who is working for someone, like who is working for a company, or who is getting a regular payout, and he could be a businessman but a freelancer as well. So I'm saying if a person is going with a businessman approach, he should be getting a constant amount of earning, right? It may not like an artist. And then the next point we have is learning. So in the case of artists, learning is more important, and learning always goes on, it never stops. But for a businessman, when he sees the business is going good, he does not focus on learning more unless the business goes down. But for an artist, it's a regular food for the brain and for the mind and for the peace. He must be learning every day, right? And then happiness, how important it is for an artist to be happy. So I would say for an artist, happiness is one of the important factor, that he deserves happiness rather than monetary happiness. He deserves the real happiness around him and inside. But for a businessman, it's just the social happiness and the monetary happiness that matters in major cases or in majority. And then the disputes. Suppose in business some dispute happens, the artist just stay away from it. Even if he's going to be in a big loss, he will end the dispute and stay happy and on peace always. But for businessman, he will try to sort out the disputes with some adjustments, or maybe by keeping the grudges for whole life, or hate feelings for someone or whatever. But for an artist, it's always the clean mind, and no grudges or nothing at all. Disputes are just nothing for an artist. Like, he doesn't want them, he will end them as soon as possible. The discipline, so in here I'm talking about the discipline about work and the personal life. So artists do not perform the discipline activities. He is not disciplined in most of the cases. At least in my case, I am not disciplined much, and I always try to be disciplined, but it doesn't work at all in most of the days or in most of the routines. But a businessman is disciplined because he focus on something constant, that if he doesn't do this, then this will happen. If he doesn't do this, then some other thing will happen or earning will decrease. So the businessman is always disciplined in majority. And next we have the creativity. So artists are more creative if we compare to a businessman. So creative, because the reason is artists tend to spend more time on making things creative instead of just delivering things. So artists are more creative, and they just produce more quality more quality and more interactive things than a businessman. Then we have a research. Research is basically exploring things deeply. So in this point as well, the artists win. They are more on the research part. They research a lot about everything they do. They do the research, but businessmen just tend to deliver something again, and they just want things to be done at any cost. They are not concerned about the research about certain topic or the project or whatever it is they are working on. Time wealth, I would say it's not the time wealth of the physical time, and in this case I would say the time wealth is something that artist has, not a businessman. It is a feeling that someone has time, and artists always have more time in the mind to see things, like, because they are on the stable level of thinking that they have the time, not for other people. uh, for artists, people may still say that this guy do not have time at all, he's always busy. But for an artist, for on the personal levels, he is like, he can focus on something for the whole day. He has a time wealth to explore things, right? I hope I could deliver this point in a clear way. Okay, and next point, we have stress here. The artists tend to have less stress as compared to have in the businessman type. So they have less stress because they try to deliver quality work, even if they only take one project in a month, right? They are not greedy about parallel projects. They always try to deliver something with peace, right? Not like overburden of the work. And if we compare it to the businessman, they are ready to take the stress at any level, and until unless it is making money. And yeah, that is something very important in life, that we should focus how much stress we are taking, right? And then the family life, for an artist, it is very important to spend time with family, right? He or she will not even let the family think that he's a busy guy, busy in making money always. He will spend time with the family, with the kids, and do the kid games and stuff like that. But businessmen tend to have less time for family. He will always be explaining that he is busy making money for the family, but he never has time for the family to, even just enjoy the money that he is making, right? And then the personal life, artist majorly lives for personal life, a good personal life. So artist will do all the good thing he wants to do, or all the things he want to do, he will do that in a day, right? He will, for the whole day, he will do the things for his own and for the betterment of the people around, and for spreading the positive vibes around. And then we have a respect for yourself or ourselves, right? So as I said, for an artist, respect is important. It's like sort of self-respect. We can edit it to self-respect. So as I said, when an artist is in some dispute, he will respect himself that he deserves peace, and he will try to end the dispute unless it costs something to him or her. He will just take out the dispute from his routine, and that basically proves that he that he give more value to self-respect. So for an artist, it's an important factor. But for businessman, he compromise on the self-respect if he is making money out of that, right? And let's say there's a dispute happened, right? So for an artist, he will try to drop out the dispute on the initial levels. And if it's a businessman, he will try to adjust things that with the person, even as I said, even if it takes the grudges or hate feelings for each other. So self-respect is very important for an artist. So if we conclude the whole thing that one should be an artist or businessman, I have explained all the points. Now it's your decision what kind of life you want. And I always admire the artist life. I always want to be an artist. I always want to be a person who is who is top-notch quality in his field, but is not a businessman. He's a person who is known for his work, right? And not for his business process, right? So this is my opinion about this subject, and the video is went more than 14 minutes, and I hope you got some point about the artist or a businessman approach. And yeah, looking forward to see your response on this, and what type of life or what type of process you admire in your own opinion. Please let me know in the comment section if you wish to comment, and if you like to comment. So yeah, thank you so much for hearing. Take care. Bye bye.